Have you ever thought that all you need to do is stay active during the day and at night, just rest, and your legs will stay strong? It is a common belief, and many people over the age of 60 still think that a good night's sleep is enough, and there is nothing else to worry about. But the truth is quite the opposite. In fact, your nighttime habits, the ones that seem harmless but happen every single day, are often the silent culprits behind weakening leg muscles, aching joints, and even an increased risk of falling. Think back for a moment. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a painful leg cramp? Or maybe in the morning, your legs feel heavy and it is hard to get out of bed. That feeling is very familiar to many people over 60. Most of us blame it on aging, saying things like, "That is just what happens when you get old." But science shows that age is not the main cause. What really matters is how we treat our bodies, especially in the evening when our muscles and bones are supposed to recover and heal. Studies have shown that poor choices at night, whether it is what we eat, how we spend our evenings, or how well we sleep, directly affect our body's ability to rebuild muscle and absorb key nutrients. To put it simply, you could exercise all day, but if you still make these 3 common mistakes at night, the ones I am about to share, then all that effort might go to waste. So what are these 3 mistakes? They are not anything new or unusual. In fact, you might be making them every single night without even realizing it. This video will help you identify each mistake, understand why it is harmful, and most importantly, learn how to fix it so your evenings become a time of healing and nourishment for your leg muscles, not a time when your strength slowly fades away. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because in the final part I will share a simple way to turn just 30 minutes at the end of your day into a natural remedy that can noticeably strengthen your legs in a short period of time. This could be a turning point that helps you maintain your freedom, confidence, and joy with every step you take, no matter your age. Do you remember the last time you stood up from a chair and your legs suddenly trembled, or your knees felt stiff and refused to cooperate? You might have brushed it off thinking, well, I guess it is just old age. But think again. Age is only a small part of the picture. Many people in their 70s, even 80s, can still take a morning walk around the park or climb a few steps without breaking a sweat. So why is it that others barely past 60 already feel like every step is a struggle? Picture a typical evening. After dinner, you settle into the couch to watch TV, maybe snack on a bit of cake or some late-season fruit. Then, as bedtime rolls around, your legs begin to ache. Maybe, in the middle of the night, a cramp jolts you awake in a cold sweat. The next morning, instead of feeling refreshed, you step out of bed with heavy legs, needing to rub them for a while before you can even walk comfortably. These situations are all too familiar, and when they happen repeatedly, they can become a dangerous cycle. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, more than 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 falls every year. And each year, around 3 million older Americans end up in the emergency room because of falls. These are not just minor accidents, they are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among older adults. In the year 2021 alone, more than 38,000 seniors in the United States lost their lives due to falls. And for those who survive, many lose their independence and must rely on their children or long-term medical care. That might sound frightening, but I am not telling you this to make you feel discouraged. Quite the opposite. It is a reminder that your legs, though they may seem destined to weaken with age, can actually be protected and strengthened simply by avoiding a few common evening mistakes. The greatest fear of aging is not gray hair or wrinkles. It is the loss of independence the moment you need someone to help you stand, walk, or move around. But here is the good news: you can absolutely change that. You can start today simply by adjusting a few of your nighttime habits, and that is exactly what we are going to explore next. Mistake 1. Eating dinner too late with too much sugar and refined carbohydrates. Have you ever found yourself in this situation? After a long, busy day, you only manage to grab a few bites in the late afternoon. Then by the time it is 8 or 9 in the evening, you finally sit down for a real meal. And because you have been hungry for hours, you eat a lot. A big plate of white rice, maybe some noodles, or a steaming bowl of vermicelli. Sometimes you even top it off with dessert sweet cakes, sugary soup, or slices of very ripe fruit. Then you think, well, I will just go to bed after eating. My body will rest. It should be fine. But this habit may be silently making your legs weaker over time. Experts at the Mayo Clinic, one of the world's leading healthcare systems and medical research centers, have found that eating a lot of sugar and carbohydrates at night, especially late at night, forces your body to release a large amount of insulin to deal with the sudden spike in blood sugar. It may sound like a normal process, but this actually disrupts your body's ability to rebuild muscle during sleep. Instead of focusing on repairing and restoring muscle fibers, which is supposed to happen most effectively while you sleep, your body is forced to use energy to handle the excess sugar and starch. As a result, your leg muscles, which are already gradually weakening with age, miss out on much-needed recovery. Think of it this way. Nighttime is like a special shift when your muscles get to rest and heal. But if you load up on sugar and carbs, that shift is redirected to cleaning up the excess energy. The unused sugar is quickly stored as fat, accumulating in your belly, thighs, and even within the muscles themselves. This not only leads to weight gain, but also causes muscle to lose firmness, making your legs feel heavy and weak. Many older adults have shared that whenever they eat a late dinner with white rice, sticky rice, sweet desserts, or even pizza and instant noodles, they wake up the next morning with sore, stiff limbs and sluggish steps. Some even experience mild swelling in the ankles or calves, which makes moving around even more difficult. This is not just a coincidence, it is a direct result of eating late and consuming too much sugar and refined carbs. So what is the solution? Here is the good news. You do not need to go on a strict diet. Just a few small changes in your routine can make a big difference. Try to finish dinner before 7:00 in the evening. Cut down on white starches like white rice noodles, vermicelli, and sugary treats. Instead, focus on green vegetables and light protein sources such as fish, lean meat, boiled eggs, tofu, or beans. These foods are easy to digest and provide the essential building blocks your body needs to repair muscle while you sleep. If you stick with this, you will likely notice a big change within just a few weeks. You will wake up as the morning feeling light on your feet, with no more heaviness or soreness. Stronger legs mean you can walk with ease, climb stairs comfortably, and enjoy time playing with your grandkids without worrying about cramps or trembling. Dinner might seem like a small detail, but it has a big impact on the health of your legs. And the best part, you can make the change tonight, so tomorrow you step forward with strength. Mistake 2. Skipping protein and micronutrients at night. Imagine an elderly woman in her mid-60s. In the evening, she usually eats a very light meal, just some boiled vegetables, a few slices of cucumber, and a small bowl of thin soup. She believes this will be easy to digest, prevent bloating, and help her sleep better. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. But after a few months, she notices her leg muscles getting smaller. Her steps are no longer steady. Even sitting down and standing up become more difficult. When her family takes her to the doctor, the surprising diagnosis is not just old age. It is a severe lack of protein in the evening, which prevents her muscles from recovering properly. This is not uncommon. Many older adults are afraid that eating too much at night will cause indigestion or sleep problems, so they choose very light dinners and sometimes skip protein entirely. What they may not know is that nighttime is actually the golden hour for muscle recovery. After a full day of activity, the tiny muscle fibers in your legs have been worn down. When you sleep, your body uses building materials, mainly protein and essential micronutrients, to repair and rebuild those fibers. Without those materials, the entire recovery process gets skipped. A remarkable study published in the Journal of Nutrition, a respected international journal on dietary science, showed that older adults who consumed protein in the evening just before going to sleep were able to increase their muscle protein synthesis by up to 22% compared to those who did not. In other words, simply adding a small amount of protein at night can significantly improve muscle repair in people over 60. For those facing the creeping threat of sarcopenia or age-related muscle loss, that 22% is not just a number, it is the difference between strong legs and legs that steadily weaken over time. Picture this: nighttime is when your muscles are supposed to be repaired. If you do not supply the raw materials, the construction project cannot continue. It is like trying to fix a house without bricks or cement. No matter how skilled the builders are, they cannot do anything without supplies. Your body is the same. Without protein, your muscles cannot rebuild. In fact, they may continue to shrink. The result: you wake up the next morning not feeling strong, but weak, shaky, and unsure on your feet. Besides, protein nighttime is also a key window for giving your body important nutrients that support both muscles and bones, such as magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D. These nutrients help relax your muscles, reduce nighttime cramps, and support deep, restful sleep, all of which are directly tied to the strength of your legs. So how can you eat lightly in the evening while still giving your body what it needs for muscle recovery? The good news is, you do not need a big meal. Just add 1 or 2 simple things: a warm glass of lightly sweetened soy milk, easy to digest and rich in plant-based protein. A small serving of Greek yogurt, great for digestion and packed with protein and calcium. Or something as simple as a boiled egg, light, easy to eat, and full of high-quality protein. These small things may seem insignificant, but they make a big difference. They give your body the materials it needs to rebuild muscle while you sleep. The next morning, you will likely notice that your legs feel lighter, less sore, and most importantly, you will feel reassured knowing that you are actively protecting your strength. Do not forget, your legs are not just for walking. They are your foundation for freedom, for joy, for stepping outside to meet friends, to play with your grandkids. And it all starts with something simple: do not skip protein and essential nutrients at night. Mistake 3: sleeping in the wrong position and lacking deep sleep. Picture an elderly gentleman in his early 70s. Every night he struggles to fall asleep. He tosses and turns, sometimes curling his legs to stay warm, other times lying on his side in an awkward position. On some nights, he wakes up 3 or 4 times due to numbness or leg cramps. And in the morning, instead of feeling rested, his legs ache. His calves feel stiff like wood. When he tries to get out of bed, he has to move slowly, carefully. He believes poor sleep is just part of getting older. But the truth is, poor quality sleep and improper sleeping posture are 2 hidden reasons why his legs are growing weaker over time. Many scientific studies have confirmed that sleep is not just for brain rest. It is also a vital window for muscle recovery. According to a report from the CDC Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, lack of sleep leads to reduced levels of growth hormone, a key hormone your body needs to repair and maintain muscle mass. When this hormone drops, muscle rebuilding slows down. This contributes to muscle shrinkage, weakness, and instability, especially in the legs, which bear your body's entire weight every day. In addition, sleeping in the wrong position can directly interfere with blood flow. When you curl your legs too tightly or sleep in a twisted position, your blood vessels may get compressed, and circulation to your calves can be restricted. As a result, your muscles are more likely to cramp, become oxygen deprived, and feel stiff or heavy when you wake up. That is why many older adults say, "I slept 8 hours, but my legs still ache in the morning," or "my calves feel numb even after a full night's sleep." The problem is not always the number of hours, it is the quality of your sleep and how your body rests during those hours. The good news, you can absolutely improve this situation with just a few simple changes. First, pay attention to how you sleep. Instead of curling up, try lying flat on your back with a thin pillow under your calves. This slight elevation helps improve blood flow, reduce swelling, and minimize nighttime cramps. Second, make sure your bedroom stays cool, well ventilated, and comfortable. Not too hot, not too cold, so your body can naturally ease into deep sleep. And most importantly, avoid drinking coffee, strong tea, or any caffeinated drinks in the late afternoon or evening. These stimulants can disturb your sleep cycle and leave you tossing and turning at night. These small changes may sound simple, but the results can be profound. You may begin to sleep more deeply. Your legs may feel less achy in the morning. Your calves may feel looser, more relaxed. And your whole body may start each day with more strength and energy. Deep, restful sleep does not just refresh your mind. It acts as a natural tonic that keeps your legs strong, stable, and ready to carry you wherever life takes you, even in your golden years. There is one thing most people get wrong. They believe that weak legs are just a natural part of aging, something inevitable. But the truth is quite different. It is not age that wears down your legs. It is the seemingly harmless habits you repeat each evening. Eating too late, skipping protein, or sleeping in the wrong position, these are the silent culprits that slowly erode your muscles and strength. Age plays only a small role. The real deciding factor is how you live each day, especially those final hours before bed. The surprising part? Once you avoid these 3 common mistakes, you can not only slow down the loss of strength, you can even reverse part of the aging process. Multiple studies have shown that older adults can build muscle mass and strength again if they eat, sleep, and move the right way. That means aging does not make you powerless. You get to choose. Let your legs grow weaker every day or make a change today so you can walk more confidently tomorrow. Now close your eyes for a moment and imagine your own morning. You wake up after a restful night, place your feet on the floor, and feel surprised your legs feel light, no longer stiff like before. You take your first steps with confidence, without the fear of falling. You step outside. Breathe in the fresh morning air, stroll around the garden, admire the flowers, and chat with your neighbors. What a beautiful feeling. Legs do more than carry you. They give you freedom. Freedom to go outside anytime you wish. Freedom to play with your grandchildren. Freedom to shop, cook, and enjoy the simple joys of everyday life. The biggest fear of aging is not gray hair or wrinkles. It is the loss of independence. The moment you need someone else just to stand up or take a few steps, that is what truly takes away your freedom. But the good news is, you can avoid that future. By eating the right dinner, including enough protein, and protecting your sleep, you are giving your legs the chance to recover and grow strong again. Yes, aging brings change, but that does not mean you have to accept weak legs. On the contrary, you can choose to age with strength, stability, and joy. And it all begins with the small choices you make tonight before you go to bed. Today, we went through 3 small but powerful evening mistakes that affect your legs after 60. First, eating too late and loading up on sugar or refined carbs forces your body to battle blood sugar all night instead of focusing on muscle repair. Second, skipping protein and key nutrients, robbing your body of the building blocks it needs to rebuild your muscles. And finally, sleeping in the wrong position and not getting deep sleep, which reduces blood flow, lowers recovery hormones, and leaves your legs stiff and weak the next morning. The best part, you do not need anything complicated to fix this. Just make these 3 small changes and your body will finally have the rest, recovery, and strength it deserves. Eat dinner earlier and make it healthier. Include a little light protein before bed. Sleep in a comfortable position and aim for deep, uninterrupted rest. These small changes might seem simple, but over time, they build up into something powerful. stronger legs, steadier steps, and a more confident, independent life. So you see, aging does not decide whether your legs grow weak. Your daily choices do. And the best part is you can start tonight. If this video helped you, please give it a like so I know you care. Hit subscribe so you never miss more helpful tips like this. And most importantly, leave me a comment below. Which of these 3 evening mistakes do you struggle with the most? I would love to hear your story and walk with you on this journey toward strong, steady legs. Wishing you a restful night and a morning where you rise with strength, walk with confidence, and feel more alive than ever.